So I wanted to cover URC review and more even looking ahead to what we have coming up next Saturday, which is Leinster versus Munster in Croke Park, round 2. It might not be making headlines yet, the URC, but it's actually offbeat or off Hollywood. It's had a bit of an exciting off Broadway. Sorry, that's the phrase, isn't it? Off Broadway. Had an exciting start to the season, mainly given Leinster started with those 2 defeats in South Africa. It's the first time in 22 years since it was called the Celtic League. The Leinster have started with 2 defeats. And it's just making the league a little bit competitive. Even if you look up the table, it's quite exciting. They got back to winning ways. They beat the Sharks 31-5, had a lot of their lines back there, and they will be gunning for Munster in Croke Park. And there's a bit of subplots there, I'll get to in just a second. But I mean, Munster ground out another win. They've grounded out their last 2 wins. They beat Edinburgh by 1 point, 20 points to 19, but did get the 4 tries to make a bonus point. They were missing Craig Casey, but big thing here, Jack Crowley was rested as part of the game time management protocol, and Prendergast didn't play this weekend either. So we are set for a showdown between Sam Prendergast and Jack Crowley in Croke Park. Neither of them were Lions, so both back to pre-season early. I think Jack Crowley in particular looks lean, looks strong as well. And by all accounts, the Indo reported that he's been back early as well from pre-season. So I do feel he's probably gained a march on Sam Prendergast, and there's a big chance that he could be the Ireland number 10 for those November internationals. But obviously Sam will have something to say about that, and Andy Farrell is well documented in well, I guess in some ways preparing Sam for most of the games. I do feel Sam's tackling is an issue. Reminds me a little bit of Trent Alexander-Arnold's defending with Liverpool. I mean, I put him in notes there. I'm not sure if I've heard that comparison or made it myself. I was thinking it last. I hope if someone's made that comparison already, feel free to leave in the comments and I will credit them there. But I did think of it myself that Trent never sorted that defending, and I'd be a bit nervous that Prendergast won't be able to solve that tackling issue, because it is an issue and teams are going to target them. No issue with Jack Crowley's defending. There is something about Sam Prendergast on the ball, the way he kicks the ball. I do feel he's better maybe going forward than Crowley, but I think maybe as an all-rounder, Jack Crowley's probably the player. Personally, I would probably go with him for the November internationals, although I do feel Farrell might do a split of 2 and 2. Crowley was man of the match against Cardiff, drop goal at the end, put them 8 up. They got a late try, Cardiff, so they won the game from that drop goal. It's just set up to be a clash given where we are in the year with November internationals. But yeah, there's an 8-point gap that Munster have in the URC over Leinster, and they'll be trying to keep that. Just on the match itself, they're expecting 40,000. I looked at ticket price, it's just too high. I think they might, with the Sam versus Jack thing, get a few late tickets in there, so maybe up to 50, maybe 60, but this should be a sellout, man. It's as big a game outside of European knockout games or maybe late in URC games that we've had for Leinster versus Munster. And I just feel that the subplots there with the Sam versus Jack thing, yeah, it should be sold out. Well, we'll see. But yeah, Munster have done well under new head coach, and yeah, they'll fancy their chances of getting a result there against Leinster. But I would expect obviously Leinster to really be gunning, given they've had tough fixtures to start with. And just on that 2027 World Cup cycle, so we're building towards that November internationals, New Zealand New Zealand in Chicago, and then at home to Japan, Australia, and then South Africa. So 4 really exciting games, not gonna lie. Ireland A are playing a game as well. They'll be playing Spain, so it'll be interesting to get a lot of young players involved there. Didn't want to not mention Connacht's, Stuart Lancaster's there. Very interested how they get on. They've done okay so far this season, although disappointed loss away to Cardiff there 14-8, but great to see the new stadium there. Hopefully they'll have that fully completed come the new year as well. And Ulster were very impressive, beating the Bulls 28-7. They go 2 out of 2. And the last bit of rugby news, I just want to touch on it. There is it's called an OR360 league, trying to be a bit of a breakaway league, bit of a franchise style league. Mike Tyndall's running it. Senior figures believe it's all but dead, just given the union's response to it. But just one to keep an eye on there. They're trying to launch a Grand Prix style with 8 men's teams, 4 women's in October 2026. So they say they've an agreement with 200 men's players, but we'll see. I do think rugby calendar in general needs an injection, but I don't know. I don't think this is it, but we'll see.